This is my seat. Get up and get out of here.
Imagine sitting at an 7:18 a.m. airport gate, minding your own business, eating a sad little turkey sandwich, when suddenly a woman in a rhinestone tracksuit storms up to you, screaming at the top of her lungs that you're sitting in her seat. Not her plain seat, not something she paid for, no, a random, plastic airport chair near the charging station. And she's dead serious. What started as a petty tantrum over a chair ended with handcuffs, federal charges, and one woman's entire flying career going up in smoke. Buckle in, because this one is chaos from start to finish. So I'm Jonathan Kramer, 38 years old, software developer from Portland, Oregon. I'd been on the road all week for work, surviving off terrible conference room coffee and overpriced airport food. By the time I got to Nashville International Airport, I just wanted one thing: to eat my sandwich in peace before my flight to Denver. That's it, just a quiet moment with my turkey sandwich at Gate B23, near a charging station. Nothing special, nothing worth starting World War III over. But apparently, I had unknowingly committed a grave sin, occupying what one woman considered her sacred airport seat. I first noticed her when the shriek hit my eardrums like a fire alarm. "That is my seat and you need to move immediately." I looked up, mid-bite, and there she was. A woman in a rhinestone-studded tracksuit, finger jabbing at me like she was trying to cast a hex. She was standing inches from my face, close enough that her breath, a mix of stale coffee and pure entitlement, was unavoidable. And here's the kicker: the waiting area had at least 50 empty seats. Rows and rows of perfectly good chairs. But no, she wanted this one. Her name, I'd later learn, was Patricia Brennan. 55 years old, Scottsdale, Arizona. And, as the internet would soon find out, she had a supernatural talent for manufacturing conflict out of absolutely nothing. She slammed her massive designer purse onto the seat next to me, nearly knocking over my sandwich. People nearby looked up from their phones. "I sit in this exact seat every single time I fly through Nashville," she announced like she was making a royal decree. "For 15 years, this has been my seat. It has the perfect view of the departure board and the optimal distance from the restroom." At this point, I should mention, these are basic, plastic, airport chairs. No cushions. No optimal feng shui. Just molded plastic bolted to the floor. I swallowed my bite, looked her dead in the eye, and said, "Ma'am, these are public seats. First come, first served." Her face went red, the exact shade of her lipstick. "Do you know who I am?" The words every normal person dreads. She whipped out her phone like it was a weapon. "I am a Diamond Elite member with this airline. I have flown over 2 million miles. I practically own this gate area." At this point, the crowd was paying attention. An elderly couple across from us exchanged smirks. A teenager had already pulled out his phone to record. Patricia, realizing she had an audience, raised her volume like she was auditioning for an opera. This man is refusing to honor the seniority system that frequent flyers have earned through years of loyalty. Me, I pulled out my phone, pretended to make a call, and said, "Hello, Nashville Airport lost and found. Yes, I'd like to report a missing item. Someone seems to have lost their grip on reality at Gate B23. The teenager recording actually snorted. The crowd chuckled. Patricia's face turned purple. She stormed off to the gate agent's desk. The poor agent, Madison, looked like she had already dealt with 100 Karens that week. Patricia jabbed a manicured finger at me. "That man is in my designated seat. Call security immediately." Madison blinked. "Ma'am, there are no designated seats in the gate area. Passengers are free to sit wherever." Patricia slammed her hand on the counter. "You don't understand. I am Diamond Elite. Priority boarding, priority baggage, priority seating." Madison, bless her, stayed calm. Diamond Elite provides many benefits, but reserved gate seating isn't one of them. "Perhaps you'd like to visit our lounge." "I don't want the lounge. I want my seat," Patricia shrieked. "That specific seat. I've sat there every flight for 15 years. And then, I swear I'm not making this up." She pulled a tape measure out of her purse. She measured the distance from the chair to the departure board, then to the restroom. 42 inches this way. 96 inches that way. Optimal travel energy. I have a system. She pulled out a laminated card. "This is my official seat selection certificate," she announced proudly. "Made by me. It clearly states this seat belongs to Patricia Brennan, Diamond Elite, frequent flyer number 4,739,286. The crowd actually laughed out loud. Someone shouted, "Ma'am, that's not how airports work." Patricia spun around. "You're all witnesses to theft and fraud. This man is committing a federal crime by occupying designated airline priority space." And then she escalated further. She grabbed my sandwich and threw it in the trash. "There. Now you have no reason to stay." Gasps. Murmurs. The crowd was living for this drama. I calmly walked to the trash can, retrieved my sandwich, still wrapped, thank God, and sat back down. The gate area erupted in applause. Patricia looked like she might combust. She grabbed the gate agent's microphone. "Attention all passengers. We have a security threat at gate B23. A man is refusing to comply with airline seating protocols." Security walked over, and Patricia pointed at me like she had just uncovered a terrorist. "Arrest him. He's violating federal aviation guidelines." The officer asked, "Ma'am, what specific guideline?" She fumbled with her phone. "It's in here somewhere. The law about Diamond Elite priority seating, section, something." "Ma'am," the officer said flatly, "there's no such law. But making false security claims in an airport is a federal offense." Her demeanor flipped instantly. "I'm not making false claims. I'm a victim. He assaulted me." The crowd shouted in unison. "No, he didn't." The teenager stepped forward. "I've got it all on video." Other passengers showed recordings. Patricia changed tactics again. "This is discrimination against my medical needs. I have documentation." She dug through her purse, tossing out gum wrappers and a half-eaten granola bar, but no documentation. That's when Robert, an airline supervisor, arrived. Serious guy. He reviewed the videos, listened to Madison, then turned to Patricia. "Ma'am, I need you to come with me." "To file charges against him?" she asked hopefully. "No, to discuss your behavior and whether you'll be permitted to fly today." Her face drained. "You can't be serious. I spend $30,000 a year with this airline. I'm Diamond Elite." Robert didn't blink. "That doesn't give you the right to harass passengers, make false security claims, or grab our gate equipment." Patricia's last-ditch effort. Fake crying. She collapsed into a chair. "This is discrimination. I'm being targeted because I'm a successful businesswoman. I demand to speak to the CEO." Robert pulled up her record on his tablet. "Ma'am, you've had 17 complaints in the past 3 years for similar incidents. You're on our watch list." Gasps. Whispers. Patricia shot up. "Tears gone. Those were misunderstandings. This is a conspiracy. He probably works for a competing airline." I laughed. "Lady, I work in IT. My competition is my project deadline." That's when she really screwed herself. In her tantrum, she swung her purse and grazed an officer's shoulder. That was it. Game over. "Ma'am, you're under arrest for assaulting a federal officer." Handcuffs clicked. The gate area erupted in cheers. Patricia screamed about civil rights and lawsuits as they escorted her away. Madison picked up the mic again. "Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the disturbance. Boarding for Flight 814 to Denver will begin shortly." Robert came up to me. "Sir, I'm sorry for the trouble. Can I offer you a free upgrade to first class?" So yes, I got to fly to Denver in first class, eating my turkey sandwich in peace. As for Patricia, the last I saw, she was being marched through the terminal in handcuffs, still screaming about Diamond Elite status. 2 weeks later, I read the article. Patricia Brennan sentenced to 6 months federal probation, $10,000 fine, permanently banned from 3 airlines, and added to the TSA watch list. All because she couldn't accept that airport chairs are, in fact, first come, first served.